What are the best places to meet people once you are above the age of 25? I saw a post once that talked about going to places you enjoy being, so you can find people who enjoy the same have similar interests as you. It might be a given, but putting yourself out there by going to places you normally wouldn't can be counterproductive because the chances you'll meet someone you vibe with are low, specifically because you're someplace that doesn't align with your interests, and it took me until reading that post to realize it. For me, I'm more of an introvert and would rather drink coffee or tea than alcohol. Therefore, I'm much more likely to find someone that I'm compatible with at a cafe or even a bookshop, rather than a bar or a club. A place society has kind of conditioned us to expect is the place to meet people. Granted, it's important to take into account that people at cafes and bookshops might not be looking to meet people in return. But even so, I think it's important to keep in mind that finding a place to meet people isn't a one-size-fits-all solution, especially if you're looking for long-term compatibility. Everywhere but not in the internet. People in my smaller town go to the places that aren't really bars, but serve alcohol. Pool halls, axe throwing, that kind of thing. Join young adults groups at museums, concert halls, etc. that frequently have events, and people generally have guard down more than bars. Hobbies, gyms, volunteering, networking events, and local community groups are great, but honestly, just going outside and being open to conversations works too. If you drink, then do your best to tag along with your extroverted friends on parties. They have intuitive answer to your question. Exploit this fact. If you don't find that type of activity fun, then get yourself a social and preferably physical hobby. Something that has to be done in some place other than your home with a group of people other than your friends. I would give an example, but I'm also at a loss here. Grocery stores. Probably should avoid elementary schools. I am in my 60s, a guy. I meet people at coffee hour or breakfast club at my senior center clubhouse, or at the Unitarian church down the road, or while eating at a restaurant or at a bookstore. At the latter, you often meet articulate, thoughtful people who like to engage in casual conversation. Sports groups. Kids' friends, parents, partners' friends, work friends, hobby friends. I have found many connections, friends and acquaintances from the gym. I have just regularly gone to a few weightlifting classes, and since we lift in pairs, other person checks the posture and ensures while bench pressing, we have bonded in the group. I also use other social media apps to create connections and meet people IRL. Sometimes we organize the old-fashioned meetups for some online communities. I've believed this for 40 years. Night classes in college. People going to night classes have day jobs and goals. I have a story for every one person I've befriended. One I met at a speed dating event. Several I met through work. Another was my cousin's best friend whom I met at his wedding. Honestly, I just get adopted like an autistic Pokemon. Home goods. Everywhere. Met my last wife at my tailor. She was working as a clothier. Met my current partner at Starbucks. So beautiful, I couldn't resist and approached her. Funeral home. Bars, clubs, concerts are all pretty good. Book clubs. This might be a bit specific, but training in martial arts is a great way to find a community. There's something about martial arts specifically that often develops strong bonds of trust and respect among the students. This is usually because everyone is there to help everyone else learn and succeed while also keeping each other safe. In short, punching and grappling people can be a great way to make friends.